Arriving at Highway 407. Highway 407 station. Doors will open on the left.
Hey everyone, it is Wednesday. What day is it? September 27th. The time is just before 6 p.m. and I am here at Highway 407 station. And that was a northbound Line 1 train I was just on. And an empty train just rolled through heading southbound. And this is just my second time ever at this station. But for this one, I'll be heading on up to Jane Street and walking north up to Vaughan City Center. I think it's actually called Vaughan Metropolitan Station. And it's worth noting I am not actually in the city of Toronto right now. This is York Region, and more specifically, the city of Vaughan. And there's a number of GO buses you could catch from the GO bus terminal here. And a number of Toronto transit buses as well. And interestingly enough, even though we're not in the city of Toronto, I don't think they fall under the special fare paid rules. So you don't have to pay an extra fee. Correct me down in the comments if I am wrong, and up there you could also head up to York Region Transit. And I believe there's a washroom facility up there as well. And we are greeted by a massive parking lot. The station opened back in 2017, and it's one of the least busy stations in the subway system. I think it ranks 56 out of 75. And it looks like the sidewalk I'm on runs out. I've done one video through here. That was the only time I've ever been to the station. And on this side of line 1, it is the second last station. The next station, Vaughan Metropolitan Center, is actually the terminal station. I think it might take around 25 or 30 minutes to get up there. Kind of being forced over to this side. There's not too many pedestrians coming and going from this particular station, although it is quite nifty looking. These are the bus terminals up top. And just south of here is York University, off in the direction the camera is pointing. And this is Jane Street up ahead, so what I'll be doing is turning left, which is north, and walking up to the quote-unquote new downtown they're building in Vaughan. I've done a few videos exploring the Vaughan City Center before. There you can see it's a very suburban looking skyline off in the distance. I suppose they were anticipating a lot of development in this area when they built the station. As it's a bit of an odd spot. It's not really around much. A lot of natural areas and a large cemetery across the street. That is run by the Mount Pleasant Group, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, a beg button. I like how there's a pedestrian signal, but there's no marked pedestrian crossing on this side. But there is right there. Not sure what that's all about. I'm not sure what compelled me to come up here and make this one today. I was feeling like doing something a little different. And a look over at the station. And I'm about to pass over the controversial Highway 407. Well, its existence isn't so controversial, but what happened to it is. I'll talk a bit about that in a moment. I think that skylight was on the right at the start of this video when I was going up the escalator. And I forgot to mention the temperature. I think it's about 18 degrees Celsius right now, at least according to my phone. So Jane Street here runs south all the way down to Bloor Street. It might be interrupted in one spot. And it goes north, I think about halfway up to the city of Barrie. I think that's an entrance for buses there and service vehicles. Speaking of which, there's a Highway 407 Go bus. It's interesting how pedestrians don't get any signals unless they press the button. This button does not seem to be giving me any feedback at all that it's been pressed. Does this one? I guess they're capacitive. There's no cars coming up the off-ramp. So Highway 407 opened back in 1997, and that was to provide relief for the busiest highway on the continent. That's the 401, which runs south of here. But in 1999, the Ontario government at the time leased Highway 407, which is notable for being an electronic toll-based highway. And it was built with public funds, but that didn't stop them from leasing it for 99 years for a very paltry sum of $3.1 billion. And just to make things extra good, the consortium that bought it is in Spain, so it's not even Canadian owned. I guess this is a cross at your own peril situation. Although you get a pretty neat look at the subway station there. So we have a highway where foreign interests are profiting off the Canadians, and one of the worst deals, at least for the taxpayer of all time. And that probably goes for any country. And of course, the toll prices started skyrocketing. And they ended up tangling with the government after the government that sold it in court, trying to keep those toll prices in check. There's a look at the 407, which was built to provide relief to the 401. And it's a packed City of Brampton bus. And the current provincial government is now trying to build another highway, Highway 413. That'll be at a cost of nearly $10 billion. And what's interesting about that is the Ontario Society of Provincial Engineers called upon the government to cancel it. There is virtually no evidence that that highway is needed. It doesn't serve the existing GTA area and will do nothing to relieve the gridlock. It was kind of built or planned to serve the housing that was planned to go up on the Greenbelt. Hey, we saw another pedestrian. Completely different button here, and when you press it, the light doesn't go on. There are those cars racing under the cameras, which will take a picture of their license plate, and if they don't have a transponder, they'll get a lovely bill in the mail. I think the cost of using the 407 is quite outlandish. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I've always avoided it like the plague whenever I've been driving. These cars got an advanced screen. It's certainly a different world up here than from where I normally make these videos. And now the Greenbelt plan has been canceled. I think the government's still going to go ahead and try to push the 413 into existence. They'll be long out of office by the time all the real bills roll in. These condos kind of look like an office park. So I mentioned this is York Region, and that includes a few well-known suburbs such as Vaughan, where I am, Richmond Hill, and Markham, all of which are just north of Toronto. But there's also Newmarket, which is well north of here, and a number of other small towns. In fact, I think York Region goes all the way up to Lake Simcoe, which is right around where you'll find the city of Barrie. And this area of Vaughan first became a city back in 1991. But the area was first settled back in 1792. And it has a population of around 341,000 residents. And it's been called one of the fastest growing municipalities in Ontario. And the idea from the city of Vaughan is to build its suburban style downtown around Vaughan Metropolitan Station, which is where we're heading. The last few times I walked up around that area, it was kind of desolate and rather soulless. From the looks of it, not much has changed. These condos over on the right are pretty new. There's one straight ahead, still going up. Wave to that driver for holding up. The Suburban trash can. Suburban bus stop. There's a plaza across the street. This building says mobile climate control on it. And the city of Vaughan is made up of 6 separate communities. And interestingly, 31% of the population is of Italian descent. Although I think it's mostly known for being where Canada's Wonderland is located. That's the busiest seasonal theme park in North America. That's operated by Cedar Fair. And prior to that, it was owned by Paramount, and then Taft Broadcasting Corporation before that. That is north of here. You can actually take a bus to Canada's Wonderland from Highway 407 station. So all kinds of ads for new condos springing up. And there's a lot of big box power centers surrounding this area. But we are definitely in car country. Although Highway 7 coming up has a busway, I believe, as well as bike lanes. There's another plaza across the street. I believe cycling on the sidewalk is legal up here. I can't really blame that person. And over to the left is a large IKEA. There used to be a giant AMC movie theater, but when they exited Canada, that closed. And there was another very large UFO-shaped movie theater across the street called the Famous Players Colossus. And that was rebranded as the Cineplex. And I think there's now plans to tear that down and turn that whole area into a condo community. This is supposedly the heart of downtown Vaughan, or the Vaughan Metropolitan City Center. So what I'm going to do is head over to Vaughan Metropolitan Station. I'm going to hop on the subway, and I think I'm going to head south down to York University, and I might pop out around there and do a live stream. I'm thinking I'll probably head along Steeles Avenue. This is a very long light cycle. And the channel right now is at 94,989 subscribers. So it's possible it hits 95,000 during the live stream. There we go, finally. And they barely give you enough time to get across. There's a look at the busway. I was not walking slow, and I barely made it. There's a development notice here. And it doesn't look like there's plans for those condos to go in anytime soon. I think of all these suburban downtowns they've been building, the only one that's even remotely successful is the one in Mississauga. And that one had the advantage of being built right around Square One and having a large college campus move in. It looks like there's some kind of event. They're going to be staging up here. I believe there's a supermarket over there, and there's a few office towers. PwC and a KPMG. The Millway Apartment Living Refined. And I've walked through that area on camera before, and I can assure you there's virtually nothing going on. I like how the busway over there has a cover over it. All right, let's cross. There's a big industrial center across the street. I think I can enter up through here by the bus terminal. I think most of these people were dumped off here by the subway and are waiting for rides to come pick them up. I don't know if someone's playing something or if it's being piped in over a speaker. I suspect that's coming in over a speaker. I just don't think you can master plan a big community like this and have that tight-knit feel you have when neighborhoods grow organically. You certainly don't get the small-scale kind of mom-and-pop retail that makes a lot of Toronto neighborhoods worth living in. The street here is Apple Mill Road. I think there's plans to build on those lots over there. They just haven't come into fruition. This is the Smart VMC Metropolitan Center bus terminal. There's bathrooms over there. And the bus bays. I'm actually going to make a pit stop, so I'll be back at the snap of a finger. Well, let's head down and hop on a southbound subway train. I'll probably end the video down on the subway platform. It's nice how they've connected everything in terms of the York Region buses to the TTC station. This is quite the walk, so I'm walking back in the other direction now. And this is for now the most northern station in the TTC. They are building an extension on the other side of Line 1 up to Richmond Hill in the near future. And this opened the same time as the last station I was just at back in 2017. And it's also one of the least busy stations in the network. There's a look at the York Region transit map. All right, I'm gonna have to tap my way back in. I should still be on my original transfer. Always says try another card or multiple cards detected. Right side, people, right side. It's not a hard concept to master. Anywho, we have made it to the end, so I hope you enjoyed this one. From Highway 407 station, or 407 station up to Vaughan Metropolitan City Center Station. I think it might just be Vaughan Metropolitan Center Station. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon. Who the hell is eating that in the subway? And YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.